Welcome back to MRD Future Tech with me, Khotso Mashiani. And today I'm going to teach you how to build your very own automation that uses just your voice. That's very simple if you ask me. You know, sometimes we're walking outside through the mall and we just have an idea that we wish we could maybe put out as a post or generate some sort of blog post online. And essentially all that you need for this after it's built is to either record through your phone, iPad, or your laptop to successfully generate your own post. So let me guide you through that process. With this automation that's already been built, you can just open up Makecom, and just so you can see how it operates, I'm going to move on to Slack. And Slack is essentially just like not a CRM, rather an operating system that allows you to do a multitude of things. But today, I'm just going to be using it as the place that records my voice messages. So you can see here at the bottom of my Slack channel, that's called my automation, I'm going to click the record button right here. And I'm just going to say, testing, 1, 2, 3 for make.com. All right, and then I'm going to send that through. And once it's uploaded, we can go back to make.com and essentially run the module once just to show you that it's working. And now you can see that it's reading the message on Slack. Secondly, it will download that voice message, and then it's going to go on to ChatGPT to be able to transcribe that message for you, essentially creating a little script for you. And then it takes that information from ChatGPT into Perplexity.com. And this Perplexity primer essentially allows you to create an article or generate any kind of, blog post, maybe Instagram, social media captions for you, all done right here in the Perplexity primer. And then it moves on to Perplexity AI to create a chat completion. So we're going to start off by building this. Of course, we always start in make.com with the really big gray button. And the module that we're first going to look for is slack.com. So the first module that we're going to be searching for is Slack, right? And the Slack thing, or module rather, that we're going to be looking for is watch private channel messages. And essentially this allows Slack to, or rather make.com, to watch what the activity that's happening on Slack. Okay, so before we continue with this process, please make sure that you have subscribed or signed up to slack.com. It is a free platform, especially for basic features like this, where we just essentially needed to capture all our voice messages. So I've already created a Slack account, but it's a very simple process. The next thing, once you've gotten your Slack module opened, you're going to connect it to your slack.com. As you can see here, it says my Slack user connection in, right? And from that point, we're going to need to find a private channel. A private channel is essentially something that you would need to make after you've successfully completed your slack.com sign up, where you would go to your home, go to channels, and you can create a brand new channel right there by clicking create and then create channel. Okay, yeah, so essentially you just need to make a brand new channel for yourself. And from there, private channel that I've connected is called My Automation, and you can see it on the far left panel. It's called My Automation, and all the voice messages that I've been, speaking to Slack about, the things that I wanted to complete. So I'm just going to connect it to My Automation and then hit save. That's it for the first module. Very simple to build. You hit save once again because you want it to work from the moment that you've created it. And just to test that this module is working successfully, you can right click on the module and click run this module only. And we're seeing all green. That means the first module has successfully been created and is running properly. So the second thing that we're going to need to do is add a second module, also Slack, but right at this point, what we're going to ask it to do is basically find our message. And before we need to do that, you need to actually record a message into Slack. So we're going to hop on over back to Slack and click the voice record button. Now, Slack, what I want is for you to generate an article about why Donald Trump and the American administration want to incorporate cryptocurrencies into the government or into their country. Cool. So you can see that voice message has been recorded. It's about 14 seconds long, and I send it through into this channel. The next module that we'll be making, like I mentioned before, is a Slack messages module. So essentially, we wanted to download a message which says download a file, as you can see. And it says download a file. The file in question will be our voice message that we've just created. And then once again, I need to connect it to my Slack website or app account. And then you'll see a URL private download. From here, we just need to click on the open space, go down to files, open files by clicking the little triangle or drop down menu on the left, and then selecting URL private download, and then hit save. So now once again, we can always remember to save. I'm just going to save first, and then I'm going to run once to see that both modules are successfully running. We're seeing all green again, which means that both of these modules are successfully running, which is a really, really good start. And what we can do just to verify is that you can see here on the output, it says under bundles and data, it says that it is an audio message that was recorded, which is fantastic. So the next step in the process is getting a transcript, right? And if you do remember correctly, the next module rather that we're building is a ChatGPT module. Like I'd mentioned, the next module, third module, is a ChatGPT module, and essentially we're using this one to be able to transcribe the voice message that was first recorded in the first module, downloaded in the second Slack module, and then now we're going to get it transcribed so we can have it all written out. So what we're going to search is ChatGPT, and it's called Whisper. This basically allows you to transcribe from audio to text. So let's just search Whisper, and you'll see here, yes, it says transcribe an audio to text. So we're just going to select that one as our third module. And what's really nice about this is that it already downloads the file from Slack, which is the second module for you. All you need to do is prompt it. And what I'm going to say is transcribe this audio message word for word, bar for bar. All right, and then from there is hit save, and then I'm going to save the entire thing again. Value must not be empty. All right, let's just see what that error message was about. Value must not be empty. Cool. So it's saying whisper. That's fine. Transcribe this audio word for word. It's already connected to my ChatGPT account. And then response format, I'm fine with it being a JSON. Just want to see the advanced things. Let's save that. Try and save again. Cool, the scenario has been saved. So we're going to try this entire process again just to see if it does transcribe correctly. So we're going to head on back over to Slack and record a message. Hi Slack, this is a test of the whole make scenario. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to send that again. We can see that it has been sent over to Slack, and we're going to run the automation once. Cool. Seeing all greens, and just to make sure that it works, you can just click on the bubble at the top right of your ChatGPT module, and you'll see that it says on the output, hi Slack, this is a test of the whole make scenario 1, 2, 3. So ChatGPT followed my instructions of basically transcribing that audio message word for word, which is fantastic. I love it when we see all green in Make. It's really, really a fulfilling experience. Cool. So the next module that we're going to be making is another ChatGPT module. So we've selected our module, which is GPT 3.5 Turbo, and from there essentially we need to assign it a message, or rather a role. I'm going to select assistant and then the text context or content. So this is essentially where we're going to input our primer, which is the prompt that we want ChatGPT to operate. What are we going to use our voice message for essentially? So I'm just going to head on over to my Google document here, where I've specified to ChatGPT what exactly I want it to do with my voice message. So you can see here it's written, you are an AI agent tasked with creating a clear and concise prompt for Perplexity AI. Your input will be to transcribe, will be the transcript of a voice memo discussing a specific topic. Your job is to analyze the transcript and to generate a prompt that will instruct Perplexity AI to search the web and gather the top 5 most recent facts, insights, or updates related to the main topic of the memo. Cool. So I'm just gonna copy that first part of the primer and paste it under text content, right? So essentially I also wanted to use clear and concise language to ensure that Perplexity AI understands the task. Generate the prompt for Perplexity AI based on the transcript provided. This prompt should help the AI agent create a suitable prompt for Perplexity AI to search for and gather the most relevant information based on the voice memo transcript. You must include the output. Do not provide a summary or explanation. You will produce a command for Perplexity. Here is the voice memo transcript, and you'll see what we need to do right after that. Sorry, I hadn't included the entire prompt, so I'm just going to clear that and paste the entire thing here. So now you can see it says here is the voice memo transcript, and the only way for us to be able to implant it here, or rather input it here on the text content primer, is by clicking here, and you'll see the collapsible menu on the far right where it has our primer, or rather our prompt from Whisper, where it got the transcript for our voice message. So I'm just going to select text, and you'll see it pop up here as well. Then you can just hit save, and what it should generate, hopefully, is a decent output based on my voice message. So I'm going to head on over back to my Slack once again, and I am just looking for an article on the latest insights on Bitcoin, and yeah, so I'm just going to send that through. Let's hear what it says about Bitcoin. I'm going to run back over to Make.com and run the automation once. So it's gone, it's getting the message, it's downloaded the file from Slack, hit it over to ChatGPT Whisper module, and then also creating that completion. So now to check that it's operated, once again we're seeing all green, which is lovely. We're going to click the bubble on the top right corner, and let's just check what it's given us on our output. Cool, so it has searched the web. The results are saying it's searched the web for the top 5 latest insights on Bitcoin. Alright, so after we've created all 4 modules successfully, let's rather rename this properly just so that we can maintain best practices. I'm just going to rename this module. I'm going to rename this Perplexity Primer, just so we know exactly what it's for. Okay. And then I'm going to call this one my Whisper module, because that's exactly what it is. It's ChatGPT Whisper. Rename that Whisper. Let's see if we can maybe put a little emoji just to make it, slightly more interactive. That's the emoji I'm going to put there. Cool. Then I'm just going to hit OK. Right, so our 5th module that we're going to do is create a completion, and this is also Perplexity, because we've created a primer for Perplexity, which means a proper prompt, and then we're going to move on to the Perplexity module. So Perplexity, create a chat completion. Cool, so we can see our first 5 modules have been successfully made. The first one is Slack, or the first 2 are Slack. Second one is to download a file. Third one is our Whisper, which essentially transcribes our audio message. Then it moves on to the primer, which is our prompt for Perplexity AI. And then now they've all successfully run. We are seeing green. So we're just going to click the little bubble at the top and just see the results that it's given us. So we're going to go under Outputs, select Bundle, then Citations and Choices, then go down to Message and Content. So this is essentially the result that Perplexity has given us, and it's essentially stating basically that here are the top 5 facts, insights, or updates related to Bitcoin from the past 24 hours. And it's essentially saying that Bitcoin price has dropped and CME gap full, liquidations and market sentiment, Bitcoin mining economics, price volatility, and regulatory and institutional development. I think this is quite fantastic if you ask me, that you can literally just be walking anywhere at any time and record a message directly into Slack or on your phone, and you can get this automation running in the background, and once you get back home it's running automatically for you, and I think that's amazing. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this very simple build. We did face a couple of error messages, which is very, very normal in Make automations. And if you continue to struggle, just DM, or rather leave a comment on this YouTube channel, and we can see where we can assist you best. But always try and follow every single step that we've made here on Make.com, and you'll be able to make your first automation with Make successfully. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next automation. Thanks, guys.